In this video, I am going to give you an update on the attempt by some US lawmakers and companies to ban the use of DJI drones in the United States. So here's an update on October 2024. There's been two significant attempts to have the US government ban the use of DJI drones from consumers in this country. And the first one just failed miserably. They tried to sneak it in the National Defense Act. No. The US House of Representatives did. And then this second attempt is called the CCP Drone Act, where they are naming DJI and Autel and some other companies from their use in the United States, from the future sale of drones in the United States. All drones. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the bill and who the bad actors are and why I believe it has 0% chance of passing. So be rest assured, we should be aware, but we should not be overly concerned. Okay, so the overview is we have the HR 2864, the Countering CCP Drones Act, and this is sponsored by Elise, Stefanik, and it says they want to ban the use of any DJI drones and I believe Autel in the United States. So it was introduced and it is in stage 2 of a 4-stage battle. So the other stages are it has to pass the Senate and then it has to be signed by the president. Okay, so they are a long ways away, and the House passed the other DJI ban that got knocked down. So that's kind of their way because we have sponsors of this bill and they're not looking into it. The sponsor is Elise Stefanik, and let me show you who this person is and in a little speech she made.
The Chinese Communist Party is working to undermine American sovereignty by forcing Americans to rely and depend on unsecure communist Chinese technology. Nowhere is this more evident than in the drone industry.
Pretty crazy allegations, right? If you're factual at all, you could tell that she has no idea what she's talking about, obviously exaggerating issues with no basis for fact, and that she is really, I would say, a tainted politician. You know, a lot of donations are being made by a congressman. She's a congressman by a lobbyist sponsored by who is paid for in the payroll of a company, a local U.S. company, local to me, Bay Area, called Skydio. And here is the CEO of Skydio telling about their lobbying efforts because they are getting a lot of bad press for doing this.
A lot has been said and written about the U.S. drone industry, the relative strength or weakness, the competitiveness. It's very obvious that there's a competition going on against China in this space. And as the leading U.S. company, a lot has been said and written about Skydio. But the inevitability doesn't mean it's not painful. You know, there's people out there that have built businesses around and on top of Chinese systems. They're proud of the work that they've done, and they should be. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, in one sense, you say, oh, he's the CEO. You know, if he gets this move done, then his company will increase tenfold, maybe. You know, no more competition in the USA. DJI owns about 85% of the consumer marketplace in the country. So, you know, there is going to be a gaping hole if they are banned, which is not going to happen. DJI has already been banned from US military and a lot of government purchases in about 2022. So Skydio has that business now. And they say, oh, but what about the other side of the business? Understandable, military, you don't want foreign company drones. You don't want your weapons made by another country, especially China, in the USA. So that's a fair ban. He wants to increase his profits, sure. But, you know, to do it at the expense of all American consumers, enthusiasts, and really put them at a disadvantage compared to the rest of the world. You know, you're a videographer, you're a photographer, you're competing against a Canadian or European peer, and they have access to the best equipment, and you don't, then you're screwed. Or you just want to have fun, we want to document your adventures. You know, you are at a disadvantage. You really harm the American people who you are serving. So, really unfortunate that they're trying to do this. So their main basis is that, hey, they're stealing our information. They're stealing our data. The images they're capturing, they're sending it to the commies. These are all very biased, very racist bills. Just the fact that they use CCCP, Communist Party. We use so many Chinese products that this is the least of our worries. Just using Temu or Amazon, where so much of the products are Chinese. There's a lot more risk than these little drones flying around. So what happened? I think DJI said is we will get the best audit company in the world, and they got FTI Consulting to do a complete audit because their basis is they're stealing our data. Okay, let's see what an audit company does. And FTI Consulting is kind of the gorillas in the space. They know what they're doing. They're trusted. They're in Maryland, 10,000 employees, and they said they did a full audit on DJI. And what did they say? They said no risk. This thing is as secure as can be. Your data is not being shared, it's not being exported, used by other apps, used by the government. And there's a lot of modes where you could turn off mapping. You can do local only, so you can do your business without any uploads, without the web knowing about it. Unlike going to a website or using an app, it is bulletproof. Okay, so the consulting company said it is safe. So this is going to be the basis of many discussions, or if any, to for the Senate to just knock down this bill, or the president. Okay, there's another element here why I think it had a less than 1% chance of passing the Senate and the president, but now there really is pretty 0.01% chance, and this is the reason why. And you know why? This is gonna put DJI in the hands of many consumers. I would say hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of consumers, because this is like your selfie drone, your camera drone, the one of the ultimate gadgets ever made. I think it is made by DJI, and it's only 199. Unlike the one I use, they have $400 drones and $1,000 drones and $3,000 drones, which enthusiasts love. But to put this in the hands of the mass consumer, now they're gonna care about you taking away the product that I love. It's like taking away your iPhone. Is that gonna happen? No, because so many people care about it, and now the American consumer will care about this issue. No way it's gonna pass the Senate. No way it's gonna pass the president. So be rest assured, it's good to be aware of these things happening. These bad actors trying to block out other countries or competition through legislation, instead of by blocking them out, by competing by making good product. And let me tell you, I used to use Skydio a long time ago when they had that Follow Me drone, and it was a good product, but it was so buggy and expensive that they just abandoned the consumer market. They cannot compete against DJI in the consumer market because they're just not good enough. And so now they say, oh, block them from the United States so we can have all the money. And it's the worst of American business and American politics. And let me tell you, not gonna happen. We as American consumers and so many businesses, so many industries rely on this company. Agricultural drones, search and rescue drones are all DJI because they have the best, the safest, the most reliable technology around. So be rest assured, get your DJI products, and you'll be all your existing DJIs, they're not going to be affected. There's 0% of that, and the future purchases of DJI, I think there's 0.1% that this is going to happen. I don't mean to belittle the situation. If you have been active in contacting your senators and politicians, thank you for that. There is a website that informs you about how to go about the situation and about how to contact your local representatives. So thank you for your efforts, and it will let us continue to enjoy products like this and capture our adventures, and also earn money and make provide a profitable service and business for everyone. Thank you.